Digisade, the company that's bringing digital currency to the masses. Digisade is a revolutionary company whose time has come. It's a direct sales and marketing company that is centered around the digital currency industry. We believe in bringing digital currency to the masses. Never before has a company in this space reached out to help the average person. Well, that is what we do. We combine easy-to-use, state-of-the-art software and hardware with our mentoring program, and by utilizing our proven system, clients can explode their digital wallets. So what is digital currency? How does it work? And why do we think it could be the most important invention of our time? Digital currency is a form of virtual currency. It's a medium of exchange that is 100% electronically created and stored. Digital currencies are also known as cryptocurrencies, and Bitcoin was the very first cryptocurrency released about 5 years ago. But what you do is you download a virtual wallet, and you can start sending and accepting payments. Here you can see a New York Times quote from venture capitalist Mark Andreessen about how big digital currency will be in the near future. So is digital currency money? Well, let's look at the essential characteristics of money. One is it has to be acceptable, which means many people want it. Durable means it's not going to go bad sitting outside. Portable means I have to be able to deliver it to you so that we can trade. And scarcity makes it so that people will actually value it. Money without scarcity is just not valued very highly. Just look to the US dollar for proof of that, which we'll see in a minute. Divisible means we can break it into smaller increments. And recognizable, of course, means people are familiar with it and they know what it's worth. Digital currency conforms to all of these characteristics of money, even better than the dollar in some respects. So digital changes our lives, right? Well, to understand the digital revolution, we've got to understand where things have come from. If we look at normal postaged mail that took 3 to 4 days to get anywhere in the United States, we understand the advancement that digital email provides us. It provides us the ability to be able to send someone correspondence and have them receive it in literally seconds. And that's mind-boggling, especially if we understand the way things used to be. Now, SMS and Twitter are just a faster way of communicating with a broader audience. It's still digital. So even digital evolves. Now, if we look at cameras, how they have evolved. In the last few years, we've gone from digital cameras to having our cameras in our phones. So we have our pictures instantly, as many as we want. Let's consider video. We went from reels of film to tape to disc, which is digital, to the cloud. Again, keep in mind, even digital evolves. Another thing that's changing is money. But in order to see where we're headed, I think it's important to see where we've been. Let's take a look at the history of money. Before there was anything closely resembling what we think of as money, there was the barter system. And the first quote-unquote banks appeared in Babylon thousands of years ago, but their deposits were commodities like cattle, precious metals, and grain. And by the way, we're still influenced by that today. Many of our financial terms like capital, stock, buck, and fee are derived from animal trade origins. Pretty interesting. But the first paper money was issued in China about 3,000 years ago. Fast forward to 1816, and Britain introduced the first gold standard for money. 60 years later, the United States put its currency on a gold standard, and then proceeded to abandon that system just 54 years later. And the next slide shows the implications of that move. Here we see what has happened to the purchasing power of the dollar since abandoning the gold standard. Essentially, the dollar has lost about 90% of its buying power, mostly because it's not so scarce anymore. And basically, it's just backed by nothing other than faith in the U.S. government. Now, it may surprise you to know that the first electronic or wire transfer of money was introduced in 1860, but it took another 90 years for the next big leap in digital money, credit cards, to hit the scene. Now we have ATMs on every corner, and mobile banking is available for anyone with a smartphone. And keep in mind, there are more mobile phones on the planet than people. And in 2009, the first Bitcoin transaction was made to buy a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins, which, by the way, would now be worth over $600,000. So, money has evolved over time just like everything else. Think about what credit cards have done to our life, how everything we buy online now is done with a credit card. Think about Western Union for money transfers, being able to send money anywhere in the world for a fee. Wire transfer gives us the ability to move large sums of money from one account to another in a matter of minutes. This is digital. Even PayPal, which has become the standard on internet purchasing, it's all evolved though. It's all evolved into cryptocurrency. So where is this going? You might be asking yourself, just how big is this? Well, let's Google it. When we search McDonald's, one of the largest companies in the world, we see there are about 19 million results on the internet. It's a lot of content Google finds for McDonald's. And we find 26 million results for Chevron, another gigantic company. But Google Bitcoin, and you're going to get 34 million hits. Digital currency gets 111 million results. The point is, whether you know it or not, the digital currency revolution is already well underway. And here's just a few articles in the news you can find in those Google search results. So what can you do with digital currency? You can exchange it for cash. You can make purchases with over 100,000 merchants worldwide. Or you can keep it as an investment and profit from the growth. Now the IRS agrees with that. They say they've ruled that digital currency is property to be taxed as capital gains, just like any other investment asset. Here we see the chairman of the Federal Reserve, one of the most powerful people on the planet. He agrees digital currency may hold long-term promise. Even PayPal and eBay, after resisting the change to cryptocurrency for years, now admits the future is in digital currency. If that's not enough, Forbes shows us that the top 2 investments of 2013 were cryptocurrencies, beating every other asset class by a wide margin. If you had invested $100 in Bitcoin in January of 2013 and sold it in December, you would have sold it for about $5,000. So, is there an opportunity here? We think so too. But there's a problem. The problem is most people don't know how any of it works. So to help you out with that, here's a short video that does a great job of explaining how cryptocurrencies work.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first decentralized digital currency. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send through the internet. Compared to other alternatives, Bitcoins have a number of advantages. Bitcoins are transferred directly from person to person via the net, without going through a bank or clearinghouse. This means that the fees are much lower. You can use them in every country. Your account cannot be frozen, and there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. Let's look at how it works. Several currency exchanges exist where you can buy and sell Bitcoins for dollars, euros, and more. Your Bitcoins are kept in your digital wallet on your computer or mobile device. Sending Bitcoins is as simple as sending an email, and you can purchase anything with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin network is secured by individuals called miners. Miners are rewarded newly generated Bitcoins for verifying transactions. After transactions are verified, they are recorded in a transparent public ledger. Bitcoin opens up a whole new platform for innovation. The software is completely open source and anyone can review the code. Bitcoin is changing finance the same way the web changed publishing. When everyone has access to a global market, great ideas flourish. Bitcoins are a great way for businesses to minimize transaction fees. It doesn't cost anything to start accepting them, and it's easy to set up. There are no chargebacks, and you'll get additional business from the Bitcoin economy. For more information about Bitcoin, visit weusecoins.com.
So I want to sum it up for you. There are clear benefits of this new decentralized transaction networks versus the centralized systems we're used to. Minimal to no transaction fees, no chargebacks, a true finite amount of currency. It's anonymous and it's private. It's accessible to anyone with an internet connection. It's direct and instantaneous with no middleman or clearing entity. But you need to understand that there are very real challenges to mining coin. It requires specialized knowledge. I mean, we're dealing with some geeky stuff here. You need special hardware and software to mine, and you're usually limited to mining a single currency. You need different hardware and software setups to mine different coins. That's where we come in. Digisade brings you powerful, state-of-the-art software, hardware, and mentoring to help you get started mining coin and making money. We give you the easy button. If you can plug a piece of hardware into your computer, open up the software, and hit the start button, you can walk away and be mining coin 24/7. Listen, just in case you don't think this is going to be absolutely huge, you should know that in May, Richard Branson, one of the world's richest men, invested $30 million in a company called BitPay. Why is this significant? To understand that, you need to know what BitPay does. BitPay is an automated payment processing system for the Bitcoin currency and other cryptocurrencies. It enables merchants to accept cryptocurrencies as a form of payment just as easily as they accept payments from credit cards, debit cards, or PayPal. Now this chart shows the growth of Bitcoin, which is known as the biggest digital currency to date. It's the gold standard in the digital currency world. It's the one that started all of this. Now it went from a few pennies to worth over $600 per coin right now. What you need to understand is that all of this growth was created from the demand of only about 2.5 million people and about 100,000 businesses using Bitcoin on the network. So, what happens to the value of digital currency when hundreds of millions of people, billions of people, and businesses accept it and use it and it becomes commonplace? Think about it. So how much can cryptocurrency be worth? Well, there's hundreds of currencies out there today, but let's take a look back in time and let's say you started mining coin when Bitcoin started. You mined 100 coins per day for just 30 days and stopped. What would be the value today? So, by looking at this chart, it shows if we were able to mine for just 1 month in the early stages of these coins, 100 coins per day for 30 days, and then we stopped mining and just held on to them, what those 3,000 coins would be worth. So we're talking about 1 month of mining, which produced the 3,000 coins of each of these different coins. Here's what they would be worth today. We are Digisade, the company that is bringing digital currency to the masses. Before we go any further, I think it's important for you to understand the type of leadership that Digisade brings to the table. First, Digisade is the brainchild of Michael Montgomery, who's owned a chain of gold buying stores, and before that, he grew an organization of 10,000 sales reps with another network marketing company. Which brings me to two of Michael's partners in Digisade. These two partners, Jonathan Bonnet and Matt Lovelady, already have a proven track record in launching and growing a successful multi-level business within the financial services industry. They took You First Financial from a startup to nearly 100,000 agents and 200 million in valuation in just 3 years. So just understand that there is a lot of experience and credible professionals behind this company. That should be important for anyone considering this opportunity. So how can you get involved and become an early adopter? Well, we're offering a pre-launch opportunity for only $99 to secure your spot as a company rep, which gives you the ability to sign up other agents in this pre-launch term so that you can start to build your team. I want to point out to you that Digisade has the possibility of bringing you both short-term and long-term return on investment. In the long term, say 3 to 5 years, you can get started mining now and hold digital coins as they grow in value. In the short term, you can get started now, sharing the Digisade opportunity and growing a real business that has huge upside potential. Because as the next slide shows, we are right at the beginning of a tidal wave of wealth creation with digital currency. Folks, we've all heard it, and we've all said it. Timing is everything. And I really believe that we are in the best place at the best time for this opportunity. In just a few minutes, we'll come back and tell you about what you can look forward to when you join Digisade and the 7 different ways you can make money with our company's compensation plan. We'll see you again in 5 minutes.